heart attack. Fast, fatal, heart impact. Past painful scars, in fact, I blast tasteful bars and pass. I back up my actions, fact, don't ask, grab reactions, jacked, attack with every word, then act with class as they hear me snap. I got nothing to lose, cause I fought and felt the bruise. Now I'm not the one confused, call the shots and they produce. I ain't lost, I'm finally loose. Pick a new submerged juice. I need the views to boost me to a new abuse of being used. Everybody wants a piece now. Y'all can rest in peace now. You're dead to me, so peace out. Remember, you're discreet now. Get ready for defeat now.
Alrighty. Hello everybody. This is Kirusho here, and now, before we do begin, let us give a brief little review. In the last part, quite a bit of things happened. Our four characters, they got into a bit of a fight. Izumi and Bakugo decided to tell their best friends as to what was happening, and it was quite painful for a lot of people. They learned that their best friends had a child in another reality, and that child is either erased or exists there. However, the evidence they have strongly implies he's been erased from existence. And that sounds heavy, but it's not even the worst part. It's not just their son who may have been destroyed. It's their home realities. And Deku and Katsuki, they didn't believe it. And they lashed out. They got angry. They were given godlike power. But every single thing they've tried to do with this power has been out of their control. And right now, losing their son, finding out they lost their home, having the ability to, live till the universe dies and manipulate reality the way they can, there are many things they can do with this power. But the few things they want to do, they can't. They aren't allowed to. And it's been difficult. And there actually is 100 years later, where we do currently have Deku. He's sitting down on a beach, and he's just curious. It's been a century since the ceasefire, and in that amount of time, the world really has changed. People, they became less violent. There is still some crime. However, much of it has been curved. The good nature of humanity has begun to show itself. People, they're not afraid. And the world itself is healing. Bakugo and Izumi, he remembers that they left some time ago. Shortly after the first 10 years, they were working on a project. They wanted to restore nature and solve a few of the problems in the world, cure diseases, and get rid of world hunger. Much of their ideas, they sounded good. However, the way they're going about it, if they hand this over, people might try to expect they'll just give it back to them if they mess it up again. And their project was quite simple. They will start a spot somewhere on the world where it desperately needs to be restored. And once that spot is made, it will expand. It will take time, but eventually the entire Earth, it will be restored, rejuvenated, and much of the planet, it will be at its best. And Deku, he still finds it to be intriguing. He's not too sure what to say. He doesn't really know what's going on with those two. Shit. He hasn't really seen much of Bakugo either. Maybe the two, they should make up. They got into a pretty nasty fight. And, well, both of them said some stupid things, but they knew they didn't mean it. They knew it wouldn't work out again this time. Not the way they wanted to. And it's hard. Deku sits here. He has the powers of a god, and yet he feels helpless. He still doesn't get it. He has these powers, he understands much, but He doesn't understand how to feel. This, it's difficult. It's hard. And, well, after the mental break, you don't feel the same putting yourself back together. And there actually is, back in time, around the first few weeks, we actually do have bakugo. She found it to be very strange. She can go to sleep, but she doesn't need to. She can eat, but she doesn't need to. And she can enjoy something to drink, but she doesn't need to. Her body, it's at 100% all the time. She won't age. She won't die of starvation. And, well, it's been odd. She's been trying to get used to it, but there are times where she just feels thirsty. There are times where her mouth, it feels so dry, and then there are other times where her mind, it doesn't feel right. I mean, it's quite literally the worst experience ever. You hallucinate. You see things that aren't there. And once it does all pass, things feel a little bit more stable. At least, that's how it was for her. But she is worried. She knows that Izuku had a hard time with it. And there was their counterparts. They weren't too sure what they were up to. After the fight, Izumi and Bakugo went their separate ways with them. She hasn't seen her friend since then, nor has she tried to reach out or talk to her. I mean, did she fuck up? She fucked up things with her best friend. And after all that shit with Deku, the mental break both of them went through, they weren't sure if they should stay together. I mean, staying together, it made things hard. They constantly tried to bring it up, talk to one another, but wherever one of them was ready, the other wasn't. Where they thought they could handle things, they were overwhelmed. The pain in their chest, the pressure of it. They wanted to just tear reality apart. But if they tried to, they'd be stopped. And it was worrisome. And we actually will cut over to Bakugo and Izumi. The two, they're currently somewhere on the Earth. And they actually are talking a bit. As you do actually have Bakugo, who he is sitting there, drinking a cup of coffee and asking Izumi if she does have any ideas as to what to do next. No. I can't really think of anything. You can't? Well, I mean, a lot of the plans we've made, we've already started. Plus, it's good. Yeah, yeah, I know. But, don't you think that we should do something else? Not really. If we interfere more, we're just gonna be taking free will away. I know that. And we agreed we wouldn't try to do that. Yeah, I know. Okay. Sorry. It's just a few of these realities I've been looking into, the futures, a lot of them are bad. Yeah, I know. But a lot of them are good too, right? Not as many as I would like to. Well, to say, okay, sorry. Let me, okay. I'm here more. What were you saying? Okay, a lot of realities, they're bad, right? A lot of the futures are bad. Of this reality. Okay, but we're avoiding them, right? We are, but a lot of them are caused by us. They are. Yeah. I mean, you already know that. I know we've looked into a lot, but all of them can't be our fault. Um, well, there's one that is your fault that I just saw. Are you serious? Yeah. You step on a plant that would have one day stopped a war? I don't necessarily know how that works. What do you mean, would have stopped a war? Apparently, it's a cure for a poison that someone was charged with using to kill someone. I don't know. A poison? Yeah, I just don't get it. Why would you step on a plant? Okay, so the amount of measures we're already taking to stop some of these features, though, they're a bit extreme. I know, but we'll be okay. Now, Izumi going to stand up and tell Bakugo that she actually does want to take a nap, and they'll figure some things out later. And she's going to walk away. Bakugo watching Izumi leave very quickly. Her heading back to the room as she does so, going to lay down and going to bring her hands to her ears, asking them to stop. As there actually is where she is laying there, and through her eyes she does see a lot of things. She sees the world and the way some things happen, the events that would take place, that transpire, the ones that would end the world and the ones that don't. And she's trying to find it, trying to find a utopia, a world that does exist. It's hard to do. Trying to focus on a world like that. It's challenging. She's found one before. And, well, they had to take a drastic measure to change it, to turn into that. So they need to avoid that timeline, even if it is good. And she just tried to search more. However, there's an issue. She's spreading herself out a little too thin. And to her mind, it recoils a bit at the pain. And there actually is where she just goes to someone's trying to stop. Her sitting down and trying to focus. Before going to stand up and walk to the bathroom. Her going to somewhat wash off her face as she tries to look up at the mirror and stare at herself for a minute. Her hair. She cut it to be a little bit shorter. However, she does still have it somewhat tied back into a ponytail. And she is staring at herself. It's almost surreal. She's a god. If you told her 10 years ago that she would become one, she wouldn't have believed you. I mean, hardy har har. This world is odd. Okay, but they have control. They have control. It's a comforting thought, but it's terrifying. Especially with the dreams, the nightmares, a few of the things that she has seen. And there actually is where she is standing there. And just don't try to think about the timeline. As the window behind her, it does going to start cracking. And Izumi will go to turn and watch. As the window does going to shatter, and she's going to turn around and go to back up. Her backing through the counter and into the mirror and watching. She does go to the other side, and there's a person standing there. One that's violent looking. One that looks angry. And she is staring at them, asking them what they want. As Izumi, she is going to stare at them. And the persons look right back at her, smiling. And they do go to walk forwards. And Izumi is trying to bring her hand up, trying to stop them. However, it doesn't work. She wants to tear them apart, unmake them, stop their advance. However, the person just keeps stepping forwards, informing Izumi that it never works, does it? Stay away. It doesn't work. You know why. You can't kill me, you can't kill me. Come on, Izumi. There's thousands of us. We speak to you every single day, but you just love to ignore us. We're only the rational thoughts in your head. The ones that tell you everything. The ones that tell you so much. Aren't you tired, Izumi? Don't you want to fall asleep? Don't you feel hungry? Don't you want something to drink? I know I could really, really go for something super good. Come on. You know it isn't right. You're not real. Azumi, I am very real. I am as real as this reality is. You found yourself here, right? Come on, you're in my homeworld now. Take a load off. Go to sleep, Izumi. No, no. Izumi, you're desperate for it. You are tired. Don't you want to stay asleep for a while? No, you should have too. You're not real. No. Izumi just gonna sort back up before slumping down to the ground and bring her hands over to her ears and talking about how they need to all shut up. They need to stop. And the voices do continue. They keep berating her. They keep trying to shout at her and get at her insecurities. And it feels overwhelming. However, somebody does go to appear. And they do go to somewhat bring their hand around Bakugo. Or not Bakugo, around Izumi. And express to her that it is alright. And she is somewhat confused. Who are you? Hey, shh. It's okay. It's okay. I know it's challenging. It's hard. Just keep focus. They're not real. Your mind is still playing tricks on you. You're not adjusted yet. Hmm? Okay. Okay, what do I do? How do I... Okay. The best way to stay calm... Here. I'll turn off the lights. And what we'll do is quite simple. We'll make things quiet. And you'll actually have to sit down for a minute. Okay, just keep your face buried in your knees. And let me get things ready, okay? Now, the lights do go to turn off. And Izumi does find herself in a place that feels quiet. It's silent. And it feels peaceful. Wherever they are, it's nice. And Katsuki, Izumi, she's gonna look up and see a woman in red. Who are you? Izumi. It's okay. Listen, you don't know me at all. I'm a part of your psyche. My psyche? Your mind. It's okay. You just need time. Be careful. And your powers. Use them a little bit more. You'll get accustomed faster. Plus, well, try to at least eat every other day or so. It helps at the start. And eventually you'll be able to start skipping meals. Trust me. You'll get it accustomed easier if you don't cut yourself off completely. Slow burn it. Don't try to quit cold turkey. Oh, I thought, it's different for everybody. How do you know that? Don't worry about it. Listen, you'll be fine. Okay. I understand. Now, we actually cut back to the modern day, where Izumi and Bakugo, the two, they're still a bit more worried. They're concerned. They try to do their best for the world, and they've done a lot. I mean, they've brought multiple extinct species back from the dead, and many of them, they've been seen as beneficial. A lot has happened. And Bakugo, he does stand there. He's sitting on top of a hill, and he's currently sipping something. As Izumi is going to pop up, Ask him exactly if he is alright. Ash is gonna sit down. "Hmm? I'm fine. A a comet will pass by tonight. Will it? Yeah, I want to see it. I want to go to it. Okay, spaceman. Your last trip to space wasn't enough? It wasn't. I mean, it wasn't really a trip. I know, I'm just teasing. I get that, Izumi. But I'm worried, is all. I want to know what's out there in the stars. Plus, he's hiding out there. Hmm? I know. He wants us to try and find him. I get that. But still, he's taunting us. I know. I know he's taunting us. But we'll be here. Besides, I'm sure we'll find him. I know. I know. I'm just thinking, is all. Maybe it would be for the best if we don't find him. Try and get away with these powers. Slip away, if possible. I've had ideas, but running them through my head, they don't seem to work. Okay? Well, maybe we can't do that. I know. I've thought of that. But I'm still worried. Maybe we can. We just haven't found out yet. And whenever we do, we can get away. Get away? Yeah. Go to a place where maybe we're human again. Go to a place where we can actually start our own life. Yeah, maybe. Now, Wako does get a look towards Izumi, and he does something with a smile. He's happy, but at the same time, he's still carrying that bit of hope. The idea that they will jump before the end of this universe. He has been worried about it. And this amount of time that they've spent here, he's begun to start questioning a lot. He questioned a lot before all this, and he questioned much of it. But now, some of his questions have been answered, but they've opened new ones. They've spawned more than he thought possible. And it's intriguing to him. He wants to know more, but he's curious about the danger. He wants to know what he needs prepared to learn. His human mind is still that. It's still curious. It isn't content with the knowledge it knows. And this curiosity, it's hard to get away from. It feels almost integral. Now, with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed and have an amazing day. I'll catch you guys in the next part.